The king that never truly rules alone vertical bar, the secret life of lions. They call it the king of the jungle, but lions don't even live in jungles. For thousands of years, we've given it a crown, but almost everything we believe about lions is wrong. This is the real story of the lion. Not the myth, not the Disney version. The actual brutal, complicated, deeply strategic life of the most misunderstood predator on Earth. And if you've ever wondered how an animal becomes a king without ever truly ruling alone, stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at a lion the same way again. Here's the first myth to break. Lions are the only cats on Earth that live in large social groups, called prides. Unlike tigers, leopards, or jaguars, who hunt and live completely alone, lions survive through cooperation. A typical pride includes several related females, their cubs, and a small coalition of adult males. Sometimes brothers, sometimes unrelated allies who formed a temporary partnership for survival. A lion alone is powerful. A pride is nearly unstoppable. So why don't male lions hunt as often? Because they're simply not built for it. Lionesses are faster, leaner, and built for stamina, while males, with their heavy manes and bulkier frames, tire quickly in a chase. But if females do the hunting, what exactly do the males do? They defend. The pride's territory, its cubs, its food, all of it depends on the males being strong enough to fight off rivals who would kill everything the females work to build. So the pride's females form coordinated hunting teams. Some circle wide to cut off an escape route. Others wait patiently in the grass, completely motionless, until the prey is driven directly into their ambush. This isn't chaos. It's military-level coordination, perfected over millions of years. And yet, even with this level of coordination, most hunts still fail. Lions succeed in roughly 1 out of every 4 to 5 attempts. Prey like zebra and wildebeest are fast, alert, and desperate to survive. Which means every successful hunt isn't just food, it's survival earned the hard way. Quick pause. If you're enjoying learning how lions actually survive, drop a comment telling us which animal you want us to cover next. We read every single one, and it genuinely shapes what we make. Now, let's talk about that iconic mane. For years, scientists believed the mane was purely for looks, a way to attract females. But research shows it's far more important than that. A lion's mane signals strength, testosterone levels, and fighting ability to rival males. Darker, fuller manes are often linked to healthier, more dominant lions. A visual warning system that says, "Don't test me," but that same mane comes at a cost. In intense heat, manes trap warmth, making males more vulnerable to exhaustion. One reason lionesses often take the lead in hunting during the hottest parts of the day. And then there's the roar. A lion's roar can be heard up to 5 miles away, loud enough to travel across entire stretches of savanna. Before another lion ever sees you, it already knows you're there. It's not just intimidation. It's communication. It tells rival prides this territory is taken. It calls scattered pride members back together. It even helps reunite lost cubs with their mothers. In the animal kingdom, few sounds carry this much information in a single burst. But this kingdom has one brutal rule. No king keeps the throne forever. A male lion's reign rarely lasts more than 2 to 3 years before a stronger coalition arrives to challenge him. These takeovers are violent, brutal, sometimes fatal. And when a new coalition wins control of a pride, they often kill the existing cubs. It sounds cruel, because it is. But biologically, it's calculated. By eliminating cubs that aren't their own, new males force females back into fertility faster, ensuring their own bloodline survives. It's one of the harshest realities in the natural world. Proof that survival in the wild rarely follows human ideas of fairness. If this story is hitting different than you expected, that's exactly why we make these videos. Hit that like button right now if you want more raw, real wildlife stories like this one. Every lion begins life completely helpless. Cubs are born blind and defenseless, completely dependent on their mothers for the first few weeks of life. Lionesses within the same pride often synchronize their pregnancies, allowing cubs to be raised communally, nursed by multiple mothers, and protected by the entire group. This shared parenting dramatically increases survival odds in an environment where hyenas, leopards, and even rival lions pose constant threats. By 2 years old, young lions begin learning to hunt. Around 3 to 4 years, males are typically forced out of the pride entirely, sent into a dangerous nomadic life until they're strong enough to challenge for a pride of their own. It's a cycle that is repeated for hundreds of thousands of years. But here's the part most documentaries don't tell you. A century ago, lion roars echoed across most of Africa. Today, in many places, they've gone silent forever. An estimated 200,000 lions once roamed across Africa and parts of Asia. Today, fewer than 25,000 remain in the wild. Habitat loss, human conflict, and declining prey populations have pushed lions out of over 90% of their historical range. In some regions, entire prides have vanished within a single generation. The king of the jungle. The animal humans have worshipped in myths, flags, and movies for thousands of years, is now listed as vulnerable to extinction. And that's the real story here. Lions didn't lose their crown because they became weaker. They lost ground because the world around them changed faster than they could adapt. Every roar you hear in the wild today might be one of the last generations to ever make that sound in certain parts of Africa. If this video taught you something new, and I mean genuinely taught you, not just entertained you, this is exactly the kind of content we're committed to making. Subscribe right now if you want more deep dive wildlife stories like this one. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video. Because next week, we're covering an animal even more misunderstood than the lion. And before you go, comment one word that describes how you feel about lions after watching this. I read every single comment, and I want to know if this changed how you see them. The lion was never king because it was the strongest. It became king because generation after generation, it kept surviving a world that never stopped trying to replace it.